Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 40-degree, Wednesday the 29th of April. Well, we're about to bust out another month. Yeah, I think there's only 30 days in April, isn't there? Jet flying by. Man, is it beautiful out here. It's supposed to be almost 70 today. I think it's 69 is what's predicted here in Toledo. Just, I mean, look at this, not a cloud in the sky. There's always a little something on the east over there. I don't know, something about them mountains out there, Adams, and because that's right around that row of the sisters out there, you know. Oh, look how the cherry trees already casting shadows and stuff. Man, I need to get my bistro table sitting out here. It's so peaceful just come out here sometimes and just sit and listen to the birds, and especially in the morning. But anyway, let's roll on to the Southland. I got some stuff to do that's already arranged. All right, we'll see you there. 53 degrees and nice and sunny out there. Same as it was at home.
It'll be a good day.
Yeah. Wow, 71 is the predicted high here today.
Yeah. It's gonna be hot.
They'll feel warm. We had that little spell where we had some warm days, and then also, bam, it went back to freezing your behind off.
Yeah, hopefully it can cool down, but not super cold.
Yeah. Anything in the 70s is just absolutely fantastic. Mama?
Yes, I have.
We have made it to the hump day in the week.
Yeah,
How about that?
Yay.
And we're wrapping off down to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny how you say you're going down to the weekend. It should be you going up to the weekend. This is like the dip.
Yeah, this is the dip.
But anyway, going in there and earn our keep.
All right.
All right. Have a wonderful day there, Mama.
You too, Hub.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Well, guess who this young, good-looking gal is? This is my 2020 demo. Coming in, we'll just kind of go over needed services and stuff. The oil change, and just give her a good look over and see anything else it needs. One of the first things I did when I rolled on my bench last night, I pulled that access cover out. Guess what? Does not have black brake fluid. But, anyway, so we'll go over that. And look at this. This thing's like brand new. So this rolls up at the end of the day. And I go, what's going on with that? And he goes, this is so-and-so's Spider. This is the gal that took all the CB radio and all that stuff off. I go, I don't think so. He goes, yeah, this is her Spider. What in the world? She had some guy detail this thing. I don't think they come out of the crate that clean. Holy moly. I need to figure out who that guy is. If he does it as a business, I guarantee you, find some people that would want to come see you. That's crazy. But this one's in. She was having a hard time getting her CarPlay to work. Come to find out, she wasn't wiring it in, and she thought it was wireless. It's been a while. She had some issues and been away from it for almost a year. So anyway, I'm gonna wipe her. I'm gonna force that new the latest update to it. It doesn't show it needs an update, but it forces the one through it. Like I went through all that. It clears everything out, all the cache and all the old pairings and stuff like that. And gonna bring it over here so I can hook it up to the BMW and do a test on it first. But her and her son were doing it, and the key was left on for quite a while, and it had a hard time starting through a bunch of codes. You know, one of the ones, if you got a low battery, the VSS code very threateningly shows up, big red thing that says VSS fault, you know. And it can put it in actually, unless it detects the voltage in a short period of time, it'll put it in a limp mode. And I go, man, that sounds like a dead battery. She goes, well, you remember we put a new battery in? And I go, yeah, that's right. The guy even put the date and stuff on there someplace in California. She said it was very, very good and very professional. The dealership was in Malcolm Smith Motorsports. And anyway, so I'm going to check the battery, see what the state of the battery is. And to do that flash, it has to have 13.5 volts. So you either got to have the bike running or this BMW charger. Let's see, it's that. I mean, it's got all these other functions, but this is like a coding. It's in a coding mode, which it'll absolutely charge the battery, perfectly charge the battery. So very seldom take it out of that mode. And but the key is it puts a steady 13.5 volts at it, and allows that flash to go through. Like I say, it's either got to be running or have a charger to put 13.5 volts in it. That NOCO charger that I was using to recharge Christy's battery, the car is doing perfectly fine. The only issue, she still doesn't have her electric windows, and now her only source of getting air, other than the fan running, in the car is her moonroof thing, and it's one of those that opens all the way up. Well, now that's getting buggy and is going really slow and making weird noises, and probably because it's being used so much all of a sudden, because that's her only source of fresh air flowing through. Oh, hell no. Well, that stuff can happen. You can see the bronze in that wheel and not on that side. But dude, missing one thing and getting a bike that clean, wow. So anyway, I'm gonna start the oil and stuff on this. I know that needs to be done, and while that's draining, I'll hook this up and do that flash. It takes, at least a half an hour to do it all. I think computer stuff, probably just because once it does the flash, or reflash as it may be, you gotta reset everything in the computer. Everything goes, it's not that hard, but I do it through Budge. You can kind of do it through the system, through the cluster, but I got it hooked up to Buds. I'm gonna do it the right way, and get her CarPlay going. And so I will do like I did with that one gentleman. I'm not going to pair any of my stuff to it at all. So I'm going to wait till she's here. We'll pair her headset to it and just simply plug her phone into CarPlay, and voila, it will work. But that's cool. But she's got an exceptionally long cord. I hope that's okay. I mean, that's she's a longin'. But it's a Belkin. But the key is, and the GM was down here, and we were chatting. I was telling him about the 6-inch cord. No longer than 6. It can be shorter, but no longer than 6. And he goes, "Why is that?" And I was telling him about the impedance, and it actually affects the charging of the phone. And he goes, "Oh, I actually heard that. I read an article about that." He goes, "That's a real thing." I go, "Oh, well, cool," because I was wondering about that myself. I was going to do some research, but BRP was telling me it must be a thing. So doing it this way, but she will have to leave her quad lock charge base turned off while that's plugged in, because that's going to charge the phone as well. That may cause some crazy conflict trying to use the MagSafe charging and the cord charging. I would imagine Apple will cancel one or the other. Most likely it'll cancel the MagSafe charging. But anyway, everything else is working. But here we go. Good to see. I keep forgetting. I'm so used to seeing the Vegas white and now I forget what they call the white on the, I got to go 1, 2, the fourth one down is a limited. The rest are Sea to Skies. And Travis is down here. He goes, "Why did I order so many white ones?" I said the whites came first, and And the Mars Reds are starting to trickle in now. I said, we've received 4 of the Mars Reds already. And I think a couple has already hit the road. In fact, I had to, which is very strange because I check every one of those. You know how I almost tripped over my bench there. How you got to adjust the pins on these things. And that's part of the PDI. Oh, we locked the Sea Disguise because they come with a cover now. We don't want the cover to disappear. But you know, I've gone through this with you guys before. The pins that you adjust so that it works with the lock correctly. Well, so far all of them have been spot on. Well, that Mars Red, I don't know which one of the, but anyway, one of the Mars Reds, I know I check every one of them. Without fail, I check it. Well, the pins, as soon as I opened the door, what the problem was. So you know, if you ever run into this, when you put your key in to lock it or unlock it, mainly locking it, don't push the key in. Don't put pressure, because as you're putting the key in, you can add pressure to it. The little lock arm it goes into a thin trough, and it will not function if you push that lever in at all. So just stick the key in and just lightly turn it and lock. Well, no matter what, and I look at it, I go, I can clearly see that the button is pushed in. So open the thing up. I don't know if she's got stuff in here. I could see the pins were pushed too far forward. I go, none of them go that far forward. So what it was doing, the pins were actually holding the lever forward, and it would open and close and do everything fine. But you can't turn the key in there. So I can probably, where it's sitting right there, I can show you exactly what it does. See if I can get it to go in without disturbing it. The arm that locks rides in a trough. Now it locks. And just like that, if you push the key while you're trying to turn it, it won't lock either. Anyway, it's just a thing to look out for. And if you ever run into that issue and you're on the road or whatever, with this open, looking here without showing stuff, you got these 2 push pins. Take those push pins out, and that little plastic piece falls out of the way. You can just let it dangle from its wire for the third tail light thing. And there's 8mm nuts. And how I do it, I use a little ratchet wrench. And I loosen them, shut the door, and I just lightly push the pins until I feel the pins. Oh, she's got nothing in here. Until the pins touch. Till you feel it touch that. And then very slowly reach underneath here, underneath the pins, and snug them down. Just snug them down. And then usually when you tighten them, it turns these sideways. And I just take the open end of the 8mm and just straighten them back out again. And then just try it a few times and make sure everything functions like it should. When for the last couple of years they weren't setting them, because I think there was a supply issue still kind of lingering. So the trunks came in at a different time from with the rest of the bike. So I don't think they were set, because I think, you know, they were building the bike with the trunk and everything all at once, and the factory was doing it. And it's still part of the PDI to check those. And what would happen is when you lock it, the pins were so far back that you could open up the trunk with it locked. Anyway, let's get to work. You guys taking up all my time. Thank you for doing it. Seems weird doing a service on one of your old bikes. You know, when you keep one of these things for a year, they definitely they definitely become a part of you. You know, even though, good Lord, that's over 6 years ago since I took this thing home. I remember it was a cool evening. It was like right after they showed up. It was like in January or February, and it just happened to be a nice day one day, and I took off and brought her home. Man, the excitement of the new body styles, and the excitement still continues. I mean, I had just no reason to change them. They've like perfected these things. If you remember, they had, fitment issues, and there was bulletins that fixed all that. And then the steel bag cables would corrode, and now they're all stainless steel, and all that stuff's all retrofitable. Anyway, I tested the battery before I started anything, and she did say she had it on a tender, and it was 12.83 volts, 100% charge, 100% health. Battery is golden. And while I got the tester on there, you can also check the charging, and it's right at 14.62 was the peak I could get it to. That just flashed. It was basically hovering around that 14.5, which is golden. I think the highest they wanted is like 14.7 something or whatever, which is the same as like cars and stuff too. That range that they have. But yeah, she's golden. But one thing I noticed, just watching the BMW charger, it adds, when I turn the key on this thing, that's adding like 3 amps. There's a lot of lights going on this thing. They're all LED. I mean, all of it's LED, but I think it's just the sheer quantity of them that you can't, if you're going to mess around with these things, like you're pairing phones and stuff like that, switch that mode up there so that shows the battery voltage. Don't let that thing get below 12.2. If it hits 12 or like that, how are we doing over here? Like this Canyon was at 11.8. You've entered the danger zone. Yeah, she's green on green. I'll throw the tester on this thing too to make sure she's happy and healthy. But anyway, did the update. Everything's clear. Reset everything. And so when she gets here, I'll make sure, although it doesn't show anything's paired to it. It cleared them all. Make sure that before I turn the key on this thing, that we go into her Bluetooth setting and forget the Spyder and just use that cord. Talking to our, I almost said Indian tech, our Honda tech up there. He's a big Goldwing guy. He's doing a brake recall that's it's using the link braking on a Honda trike, and it just simply says, use the manufacturer of the trike kit procedures and everything. The procedure, there's a link to it. You hit it and all the links are dead. So he's literally having to figure this thing out manually, how the link system is working. There's the bulletins all for the Honda, but if you have most of the people take that linked braking off, that's what I hear anyway, when they put the trike kits on. But this one definitely is using link braking system. Anyways, fighting that. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. He's talking about a lot of guys are doing that with the Goldwings too. Just pair the headset, plug the phone in. Don't worry about pairing the phone to the system. But, it's really cool that Buds 3 has that feature to wipe that thing out. And the big update that was coming on the 27th, it did not show up on the 27th, and it wasn't there yesterday. But as soon as I go to hook up to hers, man, the thing took forever to install. So anyway, I got that installed. And the whole file thing, I told you, your chances are very high of not copying the file address correctly. And the way it's set up, the little notification, it won't let you copy and paste. And so anyway, as it is, it's a forward slash and a bunch of garbage that doesn't need to be there. So you didn't have to redo the thing. You just had to take some garbage off the end if it had it. And he said the update may create that. Well, this one didn't do it. So yeah, everything was just perfect. So it did not have to worry about nothing. So I gotta go up and return because we only have one of these cables, and for any kind of, this BRP is using that cluster throughout. Snowmobiles, watercraft, side-by-sides, ATVs, Spyders. They're all using it, and you gotta have this to do any kind of programming. So there's only one of them. So I'm gonna go return that. And the GM was down here, and I think he was walking by and he looked through the door and went, "Good Lord." He goes, "Did I really order this many?" I think I already talked about that. But anyway, talked to him about the BRP dropping off the Red Rock and some other units here. And he said he's totally cool with that. So I'll just, touch bases with him, let him know the GM's cool. And if they get delivered while Kelly and I are in Ireland, that he said, we'll take care of it. So I'll give my contact, the GM's email address. So if he's got any concerns or anything like that, he can, during the time when I'm gone, if that's all happening, then we can work it out with him. A really cool guy to deal with. Super cool. So the old demo, other than needing a rear tire, everything was perfect. Did I come in and tell you that the brakes, I tested is at 1%. So the fluid's real good on that. And this thing I did, couldn't stand it. I wanted to see where it was. It's just shy of 5 amps being drawn by those lights. And this one, you don't have any lights on it. It's with just the key on, it's almost an amp. So that's fine. I mean, put the lights and stuff on there. Looks like it was all, done very well. You just can't leave that key on while you're doing anything. Like you're fiddling around trying to figure stuff out. Light that sucker off. Let her run. Well, hopefully you're going somewhere. And if you can't, you're gonna need to. I would put some kind of a charger on it while you're doing it, because like this BMW thing, like I say, it was at one point. It was even though that pad is really weird, the battery tested good. And when I first hooked it up, it was pushing 7 amps to it. But in all fairness, the key was on, and I was doing the update, so that's a lot of amperage. So when I did the resetting the service and stuff with this one, it was drawing 1.3 amps. So I wasn't doing a software thing, but that software, that's not a lot of power in that thing. Maybe it's more than I think, but yeah, so all that's cool. I'm not a big fan, as you know, of that kind of stuff, but it looks good. This thing looks really good. And with all the lights and stuff, and you have some limitations. One, don't just let that key stay on. It's drawing some juice. It's crazy the LEDs draw that much, but that's things do what they do. But anyway, I still can't get over how that thing looks brand new. I mean, when Matt, because I was walking up to lock the door, and this guy comes whizzing around, and actually I thought it was somebody else for a second there, and I said, "What's up with this?" And he goes, "Oh, he says her name," and I go, I said, "That's not her bike. I thought he was like messing around with me." And then I see the quad lock thing sticking up there, and I'm going, "What?" So that's crazy. I mean, people like these folks, they're not going to be out there washing their own bike. I won't tell you how old he is, but very impressive that he's still out riding this thing. Very impressive. Because he doesn't get down on his hands and knees and wash this thing, I ain't going to say a word. I mean, that's just perfectly fine. In that same sense, look at my CRV. It's been, year and a half since I watched that thing. Almost a year and a half. Did I get that seat all the way down? Oh, I guess I did. But we'll turn in the paperwork for the old demo and see what they want to do with tire. The fronts, on the inside edges, which is where they wear the most, even when they're perfectly aligned. He's touching in spots. He's touching the 50% bars. I would still ride it a while, but keep an eye on it. I wouldn't do a cross-country thing or anything, but they're not doing that. They're perfectly safe to ride this thing around. But the rear tire, she's gonzo. I need it. They probably have a hard time checking the tire pressure. Maybe I should have them just swing by here once a month or something and just let me roll on the ground and check your tire pressures. They were quite low. And you can see the way it's wearing on the rear tire. You could tell it's been ran low. But the tires mostly gone. It just lived its life, but it's like excessively in the middle, and the pressure was quite low, and it tends to do that. Those tires, they actually designed to bite a certain way, which is really cool. And because of the way they do it, it always takes the centers out more than the outside. But that is cool. See the sky, see the sky, see the sky. Limited, see the sky, see the sky, see the sky. Bring them on, BRP. We'll make a lot of happy riders out there. A lot of happy riders. Well, hello there, YouTube. No chance of rain today. It was sunshine from sun up, till eventually sundown. No clouds anywhere. There was little clouds in Vancouver. But they were just enough that you had definition in the sky, kind of a thing. But just like when we left, it just absolutely blue. It's wonderful.
Very pretty.
Yeah, 85 in Vancouver on Sunday.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy hot.
Yeah.
Not used to it, and we're all gonna think we're dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go from 30s to 80.
Yeah, really. I mean, what we've had, in the last week, we've had a few 29 degrees, like 3 mornings or something like that. The big old swings, and then it'd go to like 74 or something like that. That's a huge swing for temperature in the day. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed all the Spyder chit-chat stuff there. The old demo's getting a tire on with all those alignments. So my back just couldn't. I couldn't do that tire. So Cable's gonna do it in the morning, and that'll be done. You can pick her up and down the road.
Very good.
But hope you enjoyed all the Spyder talk. If you're not into Spyders, you're probably done long since. Never made it to here.
Yep. Already bounced.
Yep. All right. We'll see you guys in the morning.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. You guys have an amazing Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. All right. Appreciate you watching.
Yes.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.